we got to touch on this. Bobby Slowik is the offensive coordinator of the Houston Texans. Yesterday, he was asked about interest in him as a head coach now that the NFL coaching carousel has begun. Here's Bobby.
Haven't even thought about it. Like I won't have much information for you guys. I'm being honest. Like it's just everything right now is on Cleveland.
Hell yeah. That's exactly what I want to hear from Bobby Slowik. But it's human nature for anyone to at the very least wonder if a head coaching job is in his future. I thought DJ Geneme had a great piece for ESPN.com about Bobby Slowik and CJ Stroud's relationship, how it started and how it's evolved over the course of this season. I would like to have Bobby Slowik here next year, and with the Texans about to get an offensive rookie of the year, and given the fact that we've seen the Texans before to keep Mike Vrabel from going and getting a head coaching job when he was just a linebackers coach, promoted him from linebacker coach to defensive coordinator, how hard would it be for the Texans, who clearly have money? They didn't think twice about buying out, firing, paying the entire contracts of both David Culley and Lovie Smith. How hard is it going to be for the Houston Texans to give Bobby Slowik a raise to stay for 1-2 more years? How hard would that be? I don't know the ins and outs as far as the ability to give coordinators raises, what the contract situation is, but I think this makes a ton of sense for the Texans. Give him a raise. Just give him a raise, keep him around, and we'll see what happens. And it is going to be interesting because Bobby Slowik is one of many coaches that the Tennessee Titans, who are in desperate swipe right mode after firing Mike Vrabel, seemingly without much thought put into what the hell they would do next, especially based off of the press conference they had announcing the firing and that North Korea-esque Titans.com video that they did where Amy Adams Strunk was explaining her decision-making process. Yeah, she really sold a lot of people that she's got, like, the Titans on the right track. They are swiping right so hard. Here are all the requests that they've made. Slowik, Lions defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn, Raiders interim head coach Antonio Pierce, Giants offensive coordinator Mike Kafka, Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn, Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson, and Ravens defensive coordinator Mike McDonald. They are hiring Mike McDonald. He's a Mike, and he's the most boring sounding of all of those guys. Mike Munchak, Mike Malarkey, Mike McDonald. Lock it down. We were gonna hire somebody exciting, and we got stuck with another retread. We are the Tennessee Titans. I'm just Bud Adams, starter, but I'm just as dumb.
Was that Wade Phillips singing?
No, that's Michael McDonald.
Oh, okay.
This famous musician, Michael McDonald.
It kind of sound like Wade. If you're to try to make Wade Phillips
I keep forgetting. I don't know what I'm doing. I keep forgetting. Whoops, I shouldn't have fired Mike Vrabel. Okay, so they fired Mike Vrabel. And we're wondering why the Titans fired Mike Vrabel, because there's been no good explanation. It seems like it's something they just came to out of nowhere. Well, per The Athletic's Joe Rexrode, the reason that Mike Vrabel got bleep canned has to do with the Texans, quarterbacked by Case Keenum, beating the Titans while they were wearing their Oilers uniforms. And that would be on brand because Amy Adams Strunk seems to care more about beating and sticking it to Houston than anything else. From The Athletic, a passage. Strunk was thrilled the Titans pulled off the comeback victory against the Dolphins. But 1 week later, the Titans lost to the Texans in overtime, and the owner was visibly angry about that loss. That's when several members of the Titans staff believed she had made up her mind. She wanted to move on from Vrabel. She made him wear that hat. She consulted with some others in NFL circles about her decision, but ultimately the decision was all hers with no input from general manager Ran Carthon. That is not surprising because just like her father, who completely effed up the move from Houston to Tennessee because people found out, they stopped going to games, he decided to move up the move date They had to play in Memphis for a year. They had to play at Vanderbilt Stadium for another year before they finally got a stadium. And they didn't even have a nickname that they changed 2 years later because everyone in Nashville hated the old Oilers name so much. And now they're bringing it back and acting like they never hated it before. Such frauds this family is. Anyway, the other reason makes me even happier. Because if you don't know this already, I hate Titans fans. I hate the ones living in Houston in particular. I think you're losers. But I hate Titans fans because they come after me online whenever I present them with facts. Like, hey, Jake Locker's getting benched for Zach Mettenberger. I'm just reporting the news. Or telling them that Marcus Mariota sucks 3 years before they figured it out on their own. It's fine. They're a dumb fan base that's honestly in denial about Tennessee being dead as a college football program and thought that they could maybe dabble in the NFL. Guess what? They can't because Amy Adams Strunk is running this thing single-handedly into the ground. But it's not just the Texans that are beating the Titans. My beloved New England Patriots are also sticking it to the Tennessee Titans. Because did you see another reason that apparently the Titans are mad at Mike Vrabel? It's because Mike Vrabel went to Foxborough in October and per Ian Rappaport, seemed like he wanted to leave for the Patriots in the middle of this season.
This was Amy Adams Strunk making the decision that based on a lot of things, including what happened when he went to New England for the Hall of Fame thing, including not dispelling rumors in-house that he was going to be the Patriots coach. I mean, there was a lot there, and she clearly made the decision that she wanted to move on in the best interest of the organization, and now it is going to be Rand Carthon leading the search for a new leader of men.
Leader of men. What I love the most about this is that Vrabel, dude, oh yeah, it sucks to work here. I'm working for an idiot. I'm working for a dumb owner who's just as dumb as her father before her. And thinking to himself after leaving Bob Kraft, playing for Bill Belichick, he knew this is dumb. And you want to hear what definitely struck a chord with Amy Adams Strunk and probably led her, it was like the first little droplet that led to her canning Mike Vrabel, which is a dumb move by them. Just a totally idiotic move. I think they're going to hire somebody better than Mike Vrabel, who actually can relate to players in 2023. Here is, I know, what had Amy Adams Strunk's blood boiling in addition to Case Keenum sticking it to the Titans.
I want to thank the fans. I haven't been back as much as I should since 2009, but I want to thank the fans. I want to thank the fans that made coming and playing in this stadium unbelievably special. When we traveled, you were there. When we were here, you were there. I can imagine how you screamed and yelled at the night games on third down, and when you threw the snow, and every memory that comes back right now. So I want to thank you, fans, okay, for the opportunity to stand here today in front of you. Also in front of my teammates, I want to thank them. I want to recognize Logan Makins, Bill Parcells, Dante Scarnecchia, who was one of the toughest assistant coaches I've ever been a part of in 25 years in the National Football League. But I also want you not to take this organization for granted. I've been a lot of places. This is a special place with great leadership, great fans, great direction, great coaching. Enjoy it. It's not like this everywhere. Thank you very much.
That last part, if you're Amy Adams Strunk and you heard that, how can you not take that as a shot against you? Because it is a shot against you. No one respects Amy Adams Strunk. No one respected her father. No one respects the Titans as an organization. No one really respected the Oilers as an organization. They like the uniforms, but there used to be a thought when they were here in Houston that they couldn't succeed in the playoffs because their uniforms were candy-ass colored. It is interesting how things age and change, and we're like, actually, they did look pretty cool back in the day. But here we are with the Titans desperately flailing and swiping right at anybody that they can potentially hire as a coach, just like what I'm about to do later today after finding out my long-distance girlfriend is dating somebody else, my long-distance girlfriend from the summer. I'm bummed out about that. I am. But guess what? When I go on Tinder swiping for all the ladies out there, that is exactly what the Titans are doing with all these coaches. And guess what? They're going to end up with a boring hire again because it's a loser organization run by a poor.